Morning. Morning. The happy hum is decreasing. It's that time. So shall we begin with our moment of silence? All right. I believe we have some new residents here this morning. I've seen at least one of them. I see Rosemary Shade. You want to stand and wave just so people can put names and faces together? Rosemary is now in apartment 202 in the South Building. I think I saw David Klinger coming in somewhere. Yes, okay. 35 Sycamore Lane. And I don't know that I've seen David Swart. Is he here? Oh, okay. Well, would you stand up and wave too? Oh. Welcome, everybody. All right. And now it's Adam.
Just the microphone. Good morning. Everyone hear me okay? Good. I know to talk into the microphone. I learned that at my previous job. If you didn't talk into the microphone, everyone yelled at you talking to the microphone. So just a few brief announcements this morning, kind of about how the last couple of weeks have been going here at Kendall for me. First of all, just a hearty thank you to everyone. It was a very gracious, welcoming first week last week. Spent a lot of time meeting with staff, core leadership team, some residents, resident groups, and some board members, particularly board members that are running committees. So as we get through this week and the weeks to come, I'll continue to, sorry, I dropped my glasses. Continue to try to make an effort to meet each of you the best I can. I think Stephanie will be working on scheduling some like casual social meetings at various times and dates that you can sign up for, and we can have some small group meetings and get to know each other a little bit better. So look for those in the weeks to come, and please sign up. I'd love to meet each of you. My first week, I spent in Wilmington, or Newark, I'm sorry, not in Delaware anyway, but at the TKC Leadership Forum, and I got to meet the team up there, a great group of people. And just so like a big focus of the Leadership Forum this time was related to IT initiatives. So there'll be more to come about that, IT security in particular. So more to come on that in the weeks to come here too, weeks and months to come. And lastly, just to let you know, we are working on this air conditioning issue in the apartment building. So that has been an issue for a little bit. Felicia, Doug, Todd, and myself had a brief meeting with a mechanical engineering firm on Friday. We're trying to get them here to do a little forensic evaluation of the existing conditions and come up with a plan forward for a repair or a replacement, however that comes out. But we're going to schedule that as soon as we can. It's going to be a little bit of a delay before we get the work done, but we got to make sure we do it right before we hurry up and make another mistake here. So, and lastly, just one little announcement. If anyone's having any residual effects from last night's power outage, please just reach out to us and let us know so we can try and help you out with that if you have any problems. That is all I have right now, but I'm happy to take questions if that's appropriate at this time. Oh, nothing? I did find a house. So, so to Felicia. Felicia? Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Okay, just a real quickie, as you can see on the agenda, I just want to remind folks about something that's in the Red Book. Oh, excuse me, that's in the Red Book and in the staff handbook. Just to remind folks that residents should not be hiring staff members at all. That's deemed a conflict of interest that could get staff members in big trouble. So please don't ask them to do extra work for you, varying from being a companion to do extra housekeeping, anything that would be deemed business. And it's not to be mean, but there could be a perception that staff members taking advantage of residents or any type of conflict of interest. So a lot of those different items there. That also includes buying and selling things with residents. So if you have a car that you have for sale, don't offer it to staff members, okay? That you can't be doing that. That just is a compliance issue. We do have once a year our little craft festival in December. We buy and sell at that point. But I just want to, as a reminder, that we should not be doing that. And staff know that, but they might feel pressured. And I don't want any staff member to feel like, this is something they shouldn't do. Other things is, staff members obviously can't accept gifts. We know all about the gift policy, but staff members can't be executive of residents' estates or any of that type of stuff. So just wanted to remind folks. Any questions? Okay, question?
How do you go about having who you hire vet, or do they need to be vetted?
Okay, so the question is, if we want someone, if a resident wants to hire a non-employee, is what you mean, right? How do you get that vetted? We do have to do, and I can't remember, do we tell HR or do we tell Sheridan as a social worker? I can't remember who. Bring that to somebody in administration, maybe go to HR first, to Madison, tell her, because we do want to vet that person. We want to do background checks on them. We, all that kind of stuff, because what we don't want is to hire someone that's shady or could be, cause any problems either for residents or staff. So please come at least to HR, mention that, and we'll do the appropriate documentation for that. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Good morning. First up, a warm welcome to Adam Day. We're so glad that you're here. I've just got some announcements this morning about some events. So 1 week from today, we'll have the Kendall College Committee presenting Lena Hill, and we will put up flyers tomorrow so that there's no confusion which Wednesday that is. It's next week. Also a brand new event that's not been announced and kind of came up quickly. The Sunnyside Committee is putting in a historical marker. It's going to be installed on Friday, but you can't see it until next Thursday, the 26th. And at 10 a.m., we'll do a big reveal. The newspaper will show up for that, and we'll have a small breakfast. So we will also put up signs to remind you. And again, that's Thursday, the 26th at 10 a.m. Also, invitations went out for the big party on July 17th. You have until Friday to RSVP. That's all for the announcements. If anyone is considering an internal move, come to us. We will not pressure you. We are fine with talking about it. If you want to come to me, Chris, or Kevin, we'll be happy to help. And I'll pass it along to you all.
Good morning. You guys hear me? Good. So Kevin and I have had 10 tours, tryouts, and meetings since the last meeting. And those are all people from Asheville, North Carolina, Charlottesville, Virginia, Salem, Virginia, 6 different couples from right here in Lexington, Virginia. And my very first tryout guests will be arriving this afternoon from Manchester, New Hampshire.
It is so awesome to be back at full staff in the marketing department. In the last 30 days, we've had 886 completed sales activities, and mostly emails and phone calls, and also 21 information packets went out. That's a lot for us. And I always think it's a good sign when people are asking for our information. We've added 6 new waitlist members since the last Residents Association meeting. Couples from Hershey, Pennsylvania, Valrico, Florida, Charlottesville, Virginia, 2 couples from Lexington, and a single lady from Stowe, Vermont. So the Vermont crew continues to grow. That brings us to 24 new waitlist members so far this year, which brings us, thank you, which brings us to 229 total on the wait list, 68 of whom say they are ready now.
I'm just going to reiterate some of the new residents that we had move in during the month of May. David Klinger from Stanton moved to 99 Sycamore Lane. David Zwart from right here in Lexington moved to apartment 7. And Rosemary Shade from Winneconne, Wisconsin moved to apartment 202.
Well done on the pronunciation of Winneconne.
I had to look that up.
So right now, only 4 of our 150 independent living homes are vacant. All 4 of them are reserved, all 4 of them currently being renovated for move-ins yet this summer. Apartment 125 will be ready on July 31st for Nancy Englander, moving here from Marina del Rey, California. Apartment 205 will be ready August 7th for Ann Riffy Buckner, moving here from Lexington. Cottage 1003 will be ready September 10th for a local couple currently moving through our approval process. And apartment 3 will be ready on September 25th for another local couple also currently moving through our approval process. And last but not least, June is our 11th consecutive month with 100% of our independent living residences being either occupied or reserved for occupancy. So we continue to be full.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. All right, so I just have a couple quick announcements. So we've been talking in the food committee about the possibility of restarting our dining tours. So my question for you, with just a raise of hands, would anyone be interested in doing a dining tour, kind of going through the kitchen, seeing our process, chatting with Michael and myself? Okay, so I will get with Paul so we can get it on the schedule. So we're utilizing whatever systems are in place. Otherwise, we do a sign-up sheet by me, but well, we'll get some on the schedule and get that started. We are moving along. Hopefully you've seen some of the new salads. We started the new salad rotation, so some new items there. The new menu is almost ready. Michael's still working on it. We're slightly behind. Our hope was to start on Monday. I'm going to push it 1 week just so I don't make my staff crazy and we can make sure we get the right products in and all the things that we need. So not this coming Monday, and I will glance at a calendar because I didn't do that. So not the 23rd. We will start the new menu June 30th. So you'll see new seasonal items, new things. We start at the salad right away. We try not to start everything at once. That way gives our staff time to adjust to what we're doing. But that will start June 30th. Michael's almost done with it and we'll be good to go. What questions do you have for me? Anything? I don't mind, Kay. You know that I don't mind chatting with people. All right. So if you do, I will see you, I'm certain. And thank you.
Hi, good morning. Go down the list. Some of these have already been covered. So you probably know there was an outage yesterday from Dominion. We get those, we see that when it happens, and then I'm able to go onto the Dominion website and see how big it is and how long it's expected to last and all. But frankly, that's not usually very accurate information. So they fix it when they fix it. Good news is all the work we did on the generators in the past seems to have worked. So the generators fired up correctly. They ran, the fuel checks that we've been doing worked. They actually had fuel in them. So everything worked on the emergency side of things just fine. We've already retopped them back off again today just to make sure we're ready in case anything else happens. Some of you who are on the VRF system portions that are still working, systems did not come back online. As it's designed, some of those systems have a 12-hour lockout after a power outage. I don't know why. They can't tell us why. We can't remove that from the programming. No other HVAC system in the world that I've ever worked with has that. But if it tries to turn back on when the power comes back on and it fails, it then shuts off and locks itself out for 12 hours before it'll try again. So good news is that just passed, and those systems came back online a little while ago. So more issues with the VRF system, which was talked about earlier, is in the works anyway. All right, next on my list of great topics is flood damage. So we had some flood damage, as you know, we had some leaks, took care of those the best we could and have some bigger repairs underway for the ones we could not. But down at Woods Creek, there was some significant damage from the flood over the weekend as well. Debris down the creek wedged up against the bridges, significant flooding way out of the banks, including taking out some of the CBF planting trees down there. So our priorities are obviously the power poles to make sure they're still stable and not displaced. Second priority then is all the pedestrian bridges down there. We remove the debris so there's no pressure on them. And then our grounds and landscaping guys will be trying to straighten back up from the horizontal to the vertical some of the CBF trees that were in the overflow area. They'll be working on that either today or tomorrow. That's on the near to-do list, not the top priority compared to the bridges and the power poles. But they'll be trying to restore those as best they can. The Sunnyside HVAC project is progressing. It's about a week behind schedule, but we built in plenty of cushion to that. Of the 10 zones, I believe 8 are now installed. They're moving on the installs and then final test and balance and checking out everything on that. So you'll see the train crews over there a lot working on that. That's been going smoothly. The Sunnyside roof project is a little over a month behind schedule. They had a lot of weather delays, and then we had some beautiful days and they weren't here. So I don't know what that's all about. But I built in a month of cushion before the 25th anniversary. We've now eaten up the cushion I built in, but they promised me it'll be done in time. The front of it's nice and pretty. So at least the part you'll see during that is done, but they're moving towards the back. They're supposed to come back tomorrow, weather permitting. They'll be back on site tomorrow to resume on that. The Sunnyside historical marker was mentioned. That's going in on Friday. The VRF system was talked about. That's on hold pending an outside analysis of that work. The fire alarm repair system replacements project is underway as well. Remember, that project is supposed to take almost a year. It's immense. The installation of the new equipment in Sunnyside is complete. They've moved over onto some of the cluster cottages at this point. It's going very slow because just like most of the other things, we open up a panel and then we all look at each other and say, what the hell is this? But that was a year-long project. They knew there'd be all kinds of things they're uncovering and we have to make right. I told them, just like I do on all the other projects, I don't mind if it goes slow. We've got one chance to do it right, get it right. And they're slowly, methodically moving zone to zone, getting that upgraded. The fitness center HVAC equipment is funded and approved and ordered. It is scheduled for delivery and should be installed the last week in July. So it's significant lead time. It is not a small part. It is an entire system replacement we have to put in there. Those things had a 10-week lead time. They were ordered promptly, but we still have a lot of weeks left in that countdown as well. The new preventive maintenance position is funded and approved, and an offer is going out to a candidate. So hopefully we'll see how that goes as well. And the exterior pressure washing that we iteratively do for different zones is scheduled for the week of July 7th. The zone that's on the top of the list this year is Borden. So they'll be knocking out the rest of the Borden Center that we did not do last year. That is my list. Any questions or anything for me? Yes, sir.
The power outage prompts a question about the status of our community-wide emergency notification system. But your email was very professional, very comforting, but I think some people didn't get it because it was email and
Right.
didn't have access during the power outage. So what's the status of our emergency notification system, particularly with respect to text messaging?
I should call Wayne up here and let him answer the hard questions, but I'll talk a little bit about it. Did everyone hear the question? Do I need to repeat the question? Bruce is pretty easy to hear, isn't he? So we got there is the what's the name of it? Media Alert? Something like that. Alert Media System is a new product that Kendall has signed up for to send out text messages and things like that. Just this morning, I saw an account activation thing fired up to several of the staff, so that it was in progress and not done yet. I think last night kind of moved things along a little bit faster, and we're getting our accounts. I saw an email this morning about it. What, Wayne, anything else on that?
So we're waiting on, one of the major integrations with our UKG system for our staff contacts, so that is now complete. We do have all of our resident, contact information there as well. Hopefully that's like a manual update process we're gonna have to do. This is a file, import into the system, making sure we got everybody's contact information correct. So Sheridan will be reaching out to you guys, or she and I spoke about this, just to make sure we got the correct information for you guys. So it's like your home phone, your cell phone, your email address. Those are the three main things that we would need for that system. So again, we've got it all in there now. What we think is correct. So we're going to be discussing that in the CLT meeting directly following this meeting. Just to make sure everybody can get in there, everybody can send notifications, but the ongoing thing is just making sure we got the correct contact information in the system for you guys. So. Sorry. So it's a mass notification system. So it's called Work Media. That's what we're going to be using. So you'll be getting an email. We don't text, so it'll come out. It'll either be a text message on your phone. We got your email address. We'll send it to your email. If you just have a home phone, you don't have a cell phone, we can send it by voice. So when you pick up the phone, it'll sound like a robot. So this is the best, kind of like whether it could be whatever. Right. And so where we have it set up now is because we don't know your preference. We're going to blast everything we have. So we have your email, we have your cell phone, we have your voice. It's coming all. So we can make sure that we're reaching you and notifying you of whatever's going on. So. All right, any other questions for me or hard ones I can Wayne to answer? Yes, ma'am.
About problems with gutters on Sycamore Lane, are they working on that?
The question was about some of the gutter issues we've had, and it's not just Sycamore. We've had a ton of clogged and overflowed gutters. We went through and cleaned out the gutters about a month ago, but they're not designed to handle the stuff at the rates that it's come down in 2 of these recent storms. So we had some overflow. We had some contractors damage some gutters that we've discovered, and the guys are going around piece by piece and repairing and unclogging and fixing what they can. If we know about it or we see evidence of an overflow, they'll investigate it. But there's a lot of gutters here that we probably don't have eyes on in areas around some of your residences that we might not see. If you had a clog or an overflow, please let Kathy know. She'll put it on the list. I'd rather hear about it 4 times than have one that we missed. So they are underway. The guys are making the rounds, working on the gutters, and some that we know about, they've already worked on. Yes, sir.
You mentioned so many things. I may have missed your saying talking about the fitness center air conditioning.
Yes.
What's the status of that?
The question was about the fitness center air conditioner. Those 2 heat pumps failed end of April. I want to say early May. They died. They just reached the end of their service life. We've had to redesign and order brand new systems down there. They're ordered. It was a significant lead time. They're due the last week in July, so they're still a little ways out. We have temporary units down there working. They don't do a whole lot. That's why you don't cool your house with temporary. You use real systems. Unfortunately, real systems aren't something you go down the street to Lowe's. They have to be ordered from the manufacturer. So they're ordered and we can in-house install them. Cole will be able to install them without an outside contractor when the truck brings them to us. Okay. Any others for me? Okay, thanks, y'all.
All right. Hello, everybody. I have a few updates to share with you today. First, we're pleased to welcome Brooke Gill from the Alzheimer's Association, who will be presenting here at 1 o'clock in Kendall Hall. Brooke brings a wealth of insight and experience, and we hope many of you will join us for this engaging and informative questions. She's open to discussion on anything related to dementia, Alzheimer's, etc. So that's at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Next in July, our therapy team is teamed up with the Fitness Center to offer a hands-on posture clinic in service. This is a great opportunity to learn simple strategies for improving posture and mobility. Follow-up in service is already being planned for August, so more details to follow. Finally, we're proud to share that Borden recently completed a comprehensive mock survey in May. This was a detailed independent review of our skilled nursing services, and it brought back excellent feedback. The survey highlighted the outstanding dedication and care provided by our team every day, while also identifying a few areas where we can fine-tune our processes to stay ahead of the evolving standards. I think it's a strong affirmation of the work being done and a valuable tool as we continue improving. Thank you. And in case there's any confusion, yes, our new CEO and I are both named Adam. Don't worry, we're working on a system to tell us apart. So far, it's mostly beard to no beard, but we're open to suggestions. So, thank you.
Hello, everyone. Well, we're halfway through the month of June, but we have a couple of things still happening. Tomorrow, we're going to Lavender Fields. So that's where they grow the lavender. And you can actually, then they have a little gift shop where you can buy lavender ice cream. I tried it last year. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could try it anyway. But there's one opening on the bus in case somebody's interested in going out there. It's in Rockbridge County, and you can also walk through the woods to a little waterfall. So it's an interesting trip. So if you're the one that wants to go, run out of here and sign up to fill the bus up. And then later on, we have a lecture on the Women's Army Corps. Now, this is not a recruiting effort on our part. She's going to talk about the Women's Army Corps during World War II. That'll be at 4 o'clock tomorrow. The big thing coming up is the baseball game. We are heading down to Salem to watch the Salem Red Sox, which is a minor league team of the Boston Red Sox, go against the Hickory Crawdads. I don't know I know what a crawdad used to be, but anyway, they'll be an interesting team coming up from Hickory, North Carolina, and they're a minor team of the Texas Rangers. Now, we were able to get 2 buses because we had such an overflow crowd wanting to go down to the baseball game. So there is a second bus, and we still have 9 openings. And so if you haven't been to a baseball game in a long time, now's your opportunity to go down and see a typical baseball game. It's not the major league, it's a minor league, but they're very professional. And you can eat your hot dogs and drink beer and just lounge around, enjoy yourself for a nice hot summer July day. And that'll be followed by fireworks afterwards. So it'll be a long afternoon and evening. But if there's still 9 openings, so please rush out here and sign up for that. Then we're in July. Now I update the calendar on a daily basis. Every time I get a new event, I'll also add it onto the calendar. So please keep going by, checking the CNE bulletin board, see what's going on. Because on July 1st, we have a Hootenanny folk music individual coming in. This is Ted's brother, Mel. Ted recommends him, so I guess I have him scheduled, but he's going to sing about all the folk music from the 50s and 60s. You might be too young for that, but I think most of us know some folk music from the 50s and 60s. So he'll be here. Mel Burrows will be here to lead us along for a hootenanny. That's on Tuesday, July 1st. And then we're going to the Blackfriars Theater up in Stanton. Now, this is not a Shakespeare play. This is actually Jane Austen's Sense and Sensibility. Now, there is a charge of $48, but we got good seats right on the stage. So Catherine Brown is working on that. So it's, nothing's cheap in this world. So $48 is it's a good bargain for us because we're right on the stage there. And these actors are all American actors. They had to learn how to speak Shakespearean from the Middle Ages, and now they have to change around to learn how to speak Victorian English. And most of them are from Brooklyn, New York, so they're having a hard time adjusting to these change. But anyway, it's going to be Sense and Sensibility. So if you don't like Shakespeare, don't worry about it. If you like Jane Austen, sign up for the Blackfriars Theater. You have to have your money into Catherine Brown because she can't afford to buy $48 tickets for a whole busload without some money up front. So please, if you intend to go, please, there's 4 openings left. So you have a chance to get on the bus for that. And then we have the VMI Community Theater up at VMI. They're putting on a summer showcase, and it's 4 one-act plays. And one of those plays, Kevin Kevinhall is going to be in it. I don't know if he's going to do a song or dance or whatever, but he's featured in one of the plays. So let's go ahead and support him. Go up to VMI. That's on the 18th. Those are the important things. Check the CNA calendar and sign up for those buses here, because if people don't sign up, we can't get the buses. So thank you very much. And I'll be followed by somebody important. Oh, here he is.
Good morning, everyone. My biggest challenge at these meetings is to return you folks from Cormier humor to Marion seriousness. Our next Kendall College program is not until August, and you'll hear next month at the Residents Association meeting from Don Thomas about what that is all about. I'm here to tell you once again, and I assume for the last time, about next Wednesday, June 25th, when our Kendall College Committee presents a special event in honor of Calix's 25th anniversary. It's at 4 o'clock next Wednesday here in Kendall Hall. And it will begin with Ruth Woodcock offering a brief tribute to Kendall residents who have themselves presented a Kendall College program. And then we've invited Lena Hill, Washington and Lee's provost, to speak on how the Kendall College program embodies the best of lifelong learning. That's her approach to what we asked her generally to do. She calls her talk Mountaintop Experience in the Valley. She is an outstanding speaker. She's been here before to do a Kendall College program. I hope all of you will plan to attend because I'm sure she will be give a wonderful talk and be enjoyed by everybody who's here. And both last month, Sarah Dudley and I both, and this morning, I think Sarah again forgot to mention that at this event next Wednesday, marketing is having a reception after Lena Hill's talk. I want to mention that. Marketing is sponsoring and hosting a reception for all of you who are in attendance at that talk. So I encourage you to be here and enjoy the good time. Thank you very much.
Staff Appreciation Fund Drive. By the way, I share some of Hardin's comments because what I asked why I was watching Saturday Night Live, and I said because I thought I might follow Paul. But I didn't. You might recall that we started in May and it ended last Sunday, June 15th, our spring summer staff appreciation fund drive. We increased our expectations and hopes because of having more employees, having more residents, and also slight inflation taking place. So our goal was $105,000. We will be distributing this to 128 of our employees, our core leadership team, and some employees who have just joined us will not be eligible to receive it. The amount received by employees is a function of how long they've been employed here at Kendall and what their weekly rates are, which is a combination of rates and time. Our highest distribution is expected for an employee to be in the neighborhood of $1,500, which is fairly significant. And by the way, when talking to Madison, who runs our HR department, and to hear the impact this has on retention and employee morale and working in a community with our residents is very, very significant. The drive was an intense effort by residents. Thank you, those of us who contributed, but also by staff. Joyce and Stephen from our accounting finance group were very much involved, as was Stephanie, as was Karen Miller, as was Madison, and obviously Sheridan helped in advertising it. The total balance at the end of this fund drive is $140,966. Thank you. Thank you. Look to your right and look to your left. Thank you. We will have a staff appreciation party at 2:30 on Friday, June 20th, this Friday, in the dining room. I urge you to arrive. I think you're going to see a bunch of smiles on our staff's part, and also it's Friday after payday and the weekend is coming, so they're all heading in the right direction. Thank you so much for your contributions, and get ready, the end of this year, drive number 2.
Liz is checking. Oh. Well, there's always another month, but we have an addition to the agenda.
Thank you. I'm here on behalf of the board's philanthropy committee. We are going to also have a program today, and the program is on Planned Giving 101, Strategies Every Senior Should Know. Planned giving is something that is very important to sustaining our organization. We've heard a lot of the different details of programs coming up, what's happening, and so on. But the board looks also at the operations now, but it looks down the road too for the financial stability. Last week, Felicia gave a report on our audit and how it had gone, which was very good. And I am a board member. I'm a resident board member. It is not the usual set of circumstances that a resident is on a board in a retirement community. And I think that speaks highly of Kendall, that the board also wants the input from residents, and that that's important, and that we too are looking to the future. So I appreciate Bruce Summers is on it, and Tom Goss is a resident board member now. When we look, we're always looking at the ratios that we have. The Staff Appreciation Fund is one of the funds that the board looks at too, to make sure that it is we're looking out for our staff. But longer range, we're also looking at the ratios that we have on the financial well-being. And to that end, our philanthropy committee was on hiatus or sabbatical or whatever, starting when COVID came up. We are reconstituting this year. And so the two things that we are looking to do is having the talk today to help us know more about these kind of details for legacy giving. The other thing that we will be doing is having some luncheons, small, about 10 residents at a time, be the guest of our Kendall board in the restaurant. And I've been talking with Jen about having a nice meal served there. This is a way for newer residents to know more about this aspect, about our funds and our long-term funds, that our ratios are strong. That is important for all of us to know that this is a financially secure place. So those residents that are newer will be invited to these. When I first came here, we did have these legacy or these luncheons, philanthropy luncheons, and I really enjoyed it and getting to meet some other people. The food was good, and that's always nice. So I hope that you, when one of us calls you, might consider coming to this. We'll be telling you more about some of the events that we're doing as time goes on. But thank you, and let's keep on looking out for the long-term benefit and health here. Oh, we do have 2 folders also that you have received. These give a little bit more information about the funds that we do have here for staff education development. There's unspecified benefits too in our reserves and campus beautification. So there are different ways that we are looking out for our future. Thank you.
That brings us to the end of the agenda. Is there anything that needs to come up from the floor? Then we're done for, oh, yes, Susie?
Is it possible to make the printing at the top of that picture a little larger font?
I don't.
I need my binoculars.
All right. Susie says the font is not big enough for the closed caption, so I don't know if we can change it, but we'll see. All right. Anything else? All right. See you in July.
And